Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing you. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. You gon' see the...
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good.
I see you in 3D. The dawn is bright for me. No more dark for me. I know you're watching me.
What's up, YouTube? It's your guy Hector, host of the Yankees Morning Brew. And like always, I am joined by my buddy pal, my guy, Pots and Pans, Mr. Jigger Man Porter.
That's the one thing on this show I don't ever have to sit here and say get yanked about, bro. The best intro. Hector, it's Friday. It's time for us to yank a bunch of bullshit.
Yes. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Well, I'm glad you didn't finish it, but happy
the rule
Friday.
Is 30 seconds so you don't get dinged on YouTube. So I will finish it in about 30 seconds. You go. 29.
Hopefully. But Medina's in the chat. My guy Medina, what it do? Yo, Joe is in the building. Mrs. Grace Monroe is in the building. My guy Dan Huber's in the building. We got Eric Wallace. Vikings is in the building. Lois Simones is in the building. Salute. 3 capital S's. Listen, NYY News TV family. If you guys missed out, Yesterday over on the Yanks Morning Brew, we had our guy Carlos, we had our guy Dane Huber, and we had our guy Jillian on the channel, and we was talking about the Yankee prospects and what us Yankee fans have to be excited for. Make sure you go to Yankees Morning Brew, the Morning Brew Sports, so you can watch that video. If you missed out, my guy Dane was dropping that knowledge over on the Yanks Morning Brew. But Celso, how you feeling on this Friday?
Oh, well, since we're giving out shout outs, can we take a second and celebrate hitting the 16K subscriber mark?
Yes. Celebration.
Cheers.
Shout out to the entire NYY News TV family. Pete Simonetti, he's killing it, doing the overtime work when it comes to calling the game. Shout out to Jiro, also the top moderator of all the moderators. Everybody who
Chancleta Queen.
Oh, yeah, be careful. The Chancleta Queen will hit you one time. But also, shout out to all the other contributors that are a part of this NYY News TV family. Our guys from NYYST, Chris and Christian, Dane online when it comes to reporting the prospects, Carlos as well. Appreciate everybody, the Twin Bills, my guys, the Twin Bills, Alex and Luca. It's amazing. It's awesome to be a part of this family, a part of this channel. Pete Simonetti, thank you so much for reaching out to us. It was a deal that had to happen, but shout out to my guy Pete, the hard work he has been putting in. Guys, give a round of applause for Pete because he deserves it. But Celso,
wait, there's more. Good. I got more. Since we're hyping, let's get hype. September 23rd, people.
Oh, yeah, we
what
got
are you
another one. Get your
doing?
tickets. Get your tickets.
Oh.
NYY News TV will be taking over Yankee Stadium Part 2 of the 2023 season. Make sure you're there. This is the third one that they're doing, but this is the second one for this season. It is Part 2. Make sure you're there. Get your ticket ASAP. TC Stills is going to be there. Derek from NYY Recaps is going to be there. The entire NYY News TV family will be in the building. I will be there. You will be there. Your brother Phil will be there. Christian and Chris will be there. Alex and Luca will be there. Pete and Jera will be holding it down. And also there may be some giveaways at this one, also a little goodie bag so people can take with them. You're not going to want to miss out. Make sure you get your ticket. Call up Yankee Stadium. Do what you got. Pick up your phone. Listen. And get your ticket.
Or those of you that are in this millennium, there's a link right now. Drop in the chat from
that
Jira.
is well. I'm used to 1990 when you had to call in.
For real, I'm like, do I call 777 Film? Hello? Yeah, I'd like to get some tickets to the Yankees event with the Simonetti guy. All right, okay.
Yeah. But also, too, guys, we got 70 people that are in the building. Please smack that like button, like our guy Pete says. Smack it, the likey button for the boys as we continue this conversation. But Celso, the Yankees, Pete, if you could bring up the first one for the boys, the Yankees were able to take a series from the Toronto Blue Jays. And our guy Aaron Judge, he was 6 for 14. He had some long balls. He was crushing it. He had 4 home runs. He had a double. He had 4 runs scored, 7 RBIs, 5 base on balls. Judgy Wudgy is back, and I think he's locked in, ready to go for the season. What's your take on this, Celso?
My captain, oh captain, my captain, doing captain things. The celebration is real. And come on, we even got some of this going on during.
Oh yeah, you can't see me. You can't see me.
Oh, hello, it's me. It's me, bro. Such a good thing to have Judge back. We talked about him when he had the little injury, right? We need Judge, the reinforcement. Will he come back and do what he does? And there's no question. All right, the man is doing what he's got to do. He's killing it. I love our captain, bro.
I got Rick in the chat. Rick is in the chat like, Judge was decent. He was okay.
All right, Rick. He's like, calm down, guys.
Calm down the enthusiasm for Madam
But listen, you know you're doing good, bro. when you already got cheating allegations coming out and the hate is being thrown around, you're killing it. Judge back on a tear. I mean, the man is breaking signs in outfield. I mean, let's go.
If there's one thing we can have, hopefully, Gleyber Torres can kick it into another gear. I'm tired of seeing Gleyber Torres being thrown out, trying to get to second base, trying to get to third base. How many times is Gleyber Torres going to be thrown out in a game? I mean, for a guy who is 26 years old, that man is slow. I'm faster than Gleyber Torres, and I got hips and back problems. I shouldn't be faster than a 26-year-old baseball player. How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I won't challenge him to a race because I can't tell you the last time I actually ran anywhere since the last NYY News TV event. That was the last time you saw me just running everywhere. But man, there's just no hustle. And it's not just Gleyber. You know how I feel when I see any MLB player that just doesn't run. Like, what are you doing? You get paid money to play this sport. Your job is to hit the ball, run. Your job is when the ball is hit, run. So the jogging bull crap, like I hate people that just go out there yogging. No yogging for the Yankees.
Yeah, don't be doing that power walking that those old ladies do in the suburbs. Zach Brown is with the $2 super chat. He said September 23rd. Can't wait. NYY News TV is the best. Absolutely. Our guy Rod Thompson with the 1999 super chat. I'm just waiting for the ultimate game season live with Hector and my doppelganger Jigger Man Porto. Pete, let's make that happen for the boys. Oh yeah, whenever Pete want to line that up, Ryan, you already know we're gonna be there because that's the ultimate game season live, the takeover. Sunil's in the chat. He said Royback is Popeye, Judge is Brutus. Jesus Christ, Sunil. Yankee Cow is in the building. Our guy NYY News Ruben is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Petey boy, if you could bring up the next one because we got to talk about it. This series against the Toronto Blue Jays, it was kind of like, is there a rivalry that's going on between the Blue Jays and the Yankees right now? Dare to say that the rivalry or the pretend rivalry between the Yankees and the Blue Jays is reminiscent to how the Red Sox and Yankees used to be in the late 90s, early 2000s. There haven't been any fights yet. I think that's the only thing that's missing, but we won't see Toronto until September. What's your thoughts on this little rivalry we have with our end division matchup?
I know we touched on it a little bit before when you and I were talking backstage, but I feel like it's becoming a forced rivalry. You know what I mean? Like when you're having to call it a rivalry and demand it to be a rivalry, it doesn't, it takes away from it, you know? What was it just a couple months ago? Vlad with his, I don't want to go to New York. Fool, we don't want you here anyways. That's not a rivalry. That's us letting you know we don't care about you.
He is a phenomenal player.
He is, yeah. But still.
Yeah, so I would take him on my team. I'm not gonna lie.
Not right now, right? We're talking about the rivalry, all right? So do I think it's a rivalry? I think any in-division game is a rivalry, okay? But let's be real. You need somebody to step up because the Red Sox ain't doing it no more for us, right? I think we have more of a challenge with the Rays than we do the Blue Jays. So either one are great games, but I feel like they're pushing the narrative too much. And you know how I get when people try to push a narrative on me, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, don't like the word narrative. I think the word narrative has been abused by some people that are just stupid. But my guy Plate Rap in the chat says Gleyber runs like a 50-plus-year-old beer belly softball player. Listen, Gleyber Torres, he runs like Artie Lang before his nose collapsed from all the cocaine he did. That's how fast Gleyber Torres is running. He runs like Artie Lang.
And don't put that on all old fat softball outgrown men, all right? Some of them run really fast, okay? We can't put them all in one bucket, all right? Gleyber's in a field of his own. It's called lazy.
Yeah, one or the other. My guy Joan Seco in the chat says, Pete, that was a homer yesterday. And this is the thing. When it comes to it, I know it hit the top of the blue line. I get it. It came back into play, but that has to be ruled a home run. Right, that has to be ruled a home run. I know I'm being a little bit biased because I want Judge to have another home run in that game, and I'm killing it when it comes to Judge, but it was a home run. And my Yankee bias goggles that I got on right now tells me it was a home run. If I'm a Blue Jays fan, it's a double, but I think it's a home run. What's your thoughts on that?
You said it best, bro. As a Yankees fan, you're like, that's a homer. And the other one looking at it, you're like, yeah, that wasn't a homer. So,
Pete, if you could bring up the next one whenever you get a chance, because I was talking about the little rivalry, but even Mark DeRosa, he had some words about it. Pete, if you could play that for the fine people in the chat.
I just feel like that whole little rivalry with the Blue Jays, it's cute, but I think it's the Blue Jays kind of like wanting to get there. Right?
100%. That's what it felt like, the whole series. Yeah.
I just
So I'm pretending like I heard it at the same time because I haven't. But when it comes down to it, Mark DeRosa, he was a little nice when it comes to this one. The cute little manufactured rivalry. You had the Toronto Blue Jays manager he was telling Brad Wilkinson, he was calling him a little fatty. Listen, as somebody who's a part of the big body Benz community, don't be calling nobody any fatties, all right? Especially you with your big head. And then they started screaming at our third baseman, Luis Rojas, our third base coach. Don't be screaming at our coaches. And then he had the nerves to start yelling at Aaron Boone. And like Pete said, like my brother Pete said, I'm going to copy my brother with his take when he said, only we can yell at our Booney. That's our Booney. You can't yell at Aaron Boone. Only we can yell at Aaron Boone. If you start yelling at Aaron Boone, I'm going to come find you in Canada and take your Canadian bacon. Go ahead, Celso.
Yeah, I mean, I love DeRosa's take. I mean, it's true. It's cute. It's being a forced rivalry. I saw somebody in the thing that said, Jiggle's a fool. We're only 2 games behind you. I guess he must be talking about the Red Sox. I did like his second comment, though, that said, nice division this year so far. Jose's Culinary Chop Shop. Yeah, listen, appreciate you being here, Jose. Is that Doughboy? Jose Culinary? I don't know. That might be Doughboy, bro. I don't know. But
yeah, I think that is Doughboy that's in
right.
the chat. Shout out to our guy Doughboy over there from KOD. Doughboy, I love you, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the Red Sox rivalry is more of a rivalry than the Blue Jays. But again, our division is a tough division. It's dope. Teams are all getting better from top to bottom. And I don't like the forced rivalry. Like if you're having to come out there to get the attention, that's all you're seeking is attention. You said it yourself, heck. The Blue Jays get more fans when it is against the Yankees, and that's pretty much across the league. You know you're going to get more ticket sales when the Yankees are coming into town. So you want a rivalry, keep trying. You have a chance again to come back and maybe try to not let us take a series from you. How you doing?
No, but it's a fact. Shout out to Macho King in the chat. The Macho Man is in the chat.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the actual Macho Man, Randy Savage. But Macho King said, I'm going up there and put the Blue Jays in a headlock. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're doing. And Pete, can you bring up the next one? Because they hit Anthony Volpe. They hit our guy Anthony Volpe. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When it comes to Anthony Volpe, if you put your hands on Anthony Volpe, I'm going to make my way up to Canada. I'm going to take all your dumbass Canadian bacon, because who are these stupid ass Canadian pigs making secret Canadian bacon? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take all your maple syrup and throw it down the toilet. I'm going to take that stupid ass beer that you got in Canada. Let me stop before I get banned by the country of Canada. Go ahead, Celso.
For real. I was about to say, Pete might want to go back and cut this out. They'd be like, there was a guy on there committing a hate crime against Canada. Like, I just want to make sure you're safe, bro. All right?
Yeah.
Come on. Volpe is my boy. Listen, we came into the season. We want to see what the kid can do. And he really is that spark, man. Seeing what he does running those bases and stolen bases. We talked about it. I mean, when was the last time here we are in freaking May celebrating this many stolen bases from a player on our team?
Absolutely.
It's freaking phenomenal. And the kid's knocking in runs when he needs to, hitting those home runs at great times. Now, listen, did he have some ups and downs this week? Yeah, we don't forget the errors that he made the other night, the bobble and a short, but this is all a part of the growing pains. And the fact is, if you're grading things right now, he's way more in the positive than he is in the negative. Volpe, don't hit my boy ever again. Do not ever hit Volpe. I'm old enough that this kid is young enough to be my child. All right? Don't do it. Don't do it again. Get yanked. Don't do it.
You got stupid ass teams up there named the Canucks and stuff. You guys are cucks. That's what you guys are. Shout out to Yankee Kyle in the chat. Yankee Kyle, I appreciate you. He said, Pete, I shared you on my community tab. Oh, Yankee Kyle, you my guy. Pots and pans. Pete, if you could pull up the next one, because we're talking about Anthony Volpe. Let's look into some of the projections for Anthony Volpe. Right now, he has a pace of 25 home runs, 46 stolen bases, 4.9 when it comes to his WAR. Listen, if you would have told me these are the numbers we getting out of Anthony Volpe and his rookie year, his batting average may not excite a lot of people, but at the same time, his power plays. He has 7 home runs. He has about 13 stolen bases. He's only been caught once, if I'm not mistaken, if he's been caught at all. When it comes to Anthony Volpe, He has lived up to the expectations that Yankee fans have put on him. The numbers that he is putting up, they moved him from the leadoff spot, which I liked him at the leadoff spot. They put him into that 7 hole, but ever since then, he's hitting well over 300. The power is there. He is still getting on bases. He is still providing you stolen bases. What more can you want for Anthony Volpe? I know this weekend, or I know this last series against the Blue Jays, he had a little bit of fielding errors. He had back-to-back. He had 2 in 1 game, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, it's going to happen. He's still learning how to play at the major league level. And I'm not sure playing in the minor leagues, you play on AstroTurf like they play in Toronto. Go ahead, Celso. What's your thoughts?
No, you said it, bro. You know, if you go into the season saying, hey, this is going to be this kid's numbers, sign me up for it all day. I mean, I'm taking the over on that 100%. We talk about it all the time. Let him keep doing what he has to do. Let him prove himself. Let him become the Volpe he wants to be. And it's paying off. I mean, bro, and you know me, I like to take things back when I need to, and not really take them back, but call it out for what it is. I was against the whole moving him out of the first spot and moving him to 7th. I didn't think it was going to be a good move. Personally, I didn't like the idea, but he's proven us wrong. And to me, it's him saying, it don't matter where you put me, I'm going to figure it out. And over 300 since the switch. Okay. Whoever made the choice, Boone, whatever, congratulations. You hit on this one. And I mean, I'm excited. You know, as long as he keeps going in this direction, we have our shortstop. It's that simple.
Yeah. Like Rick just pointed out in the chat, he gets big hits late in the games. And that's what been the best thing about seeing Anthony Volpe. When it comes to later on in the games, the pressure doesn't weigh heavily on him. He's not crushed by the pressure. He answers more when the pressure's on him. Medina also says Volpe hasn't even scratched the surface. Wait until he finally figures it out. And absolutely, Medina, when it comes to Anthony Volpe, you could tell he takes his craft serious. You can tell that he is in before the games, he's in the pre-coaching meeting. He's looking at film. He's going over stuff with Aaron Judge and Anthony Rizzo. And I think those are the perfect 2 veterans to have Anthony Volpe in the middle of. Aaron Judge on your right side and Anthony Rizzo on your left side. Volpe, he's going to be special, bro.
Yeah, and I like what Jones said in the chat. IKF isn't at shortstop, so that's a plus. Yes, so everything you're feeling about Volpe, add additional brownie points and just remind yourself it's not IKF over there. That's like a +5 on any metric in my eyes, all right? +10 possibly, all right? Volpe's our kid, man, and it's exciting. It really is.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that it is late game, right? Especially when we have times where we're not putting up any runs, 4 or 5 innings, to have that pick up towards the end of the game. It's nice to know you can count on that.
No, 100%. Pete, if you could bring up the next one, because I think this is how we all feel when it comes to Anthony Volpe when he got hit. How you doing? That's all I'm going to say. I don't even have to say anything that much. This is how we all feeling. Don't you be coming after our Volpe, right?
Don't do it, all right?
All right, because like I said, I already said, I will make my way up to Canada. I will kill all those stupid-ass Canadian pigs where you get that stupid-ass Canadian bacon from, that dumb-ass maple syrup, that stupid-ass Canadian beer you guys have, and that stupid team that's called the Canucks. All right, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
You're done, though. But, I mean, again, you being my best friend and stuff, I do like the syrup, so just don't attack the syrup. We can.
You don't have to have maple syrup. You can have other type of syrups. All right, there's more syrup. You could go. You could go to upstate New York if you want.
All right, if you guys ever hit Volpe again, then I will boycott the syrup. But don't
shout out.
Again, right?
Shout out to the syrup from Catskills, New York. That's the only place I get my syrup from the Catskills, not from Canada.
Oh God, bring on the next one. Bring the next one. Bring it.
Let's go over to the next one because we got to talk about it.
Fight.
Nestor Cortez, he answered a lot of the bells yesterday, right? 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts. He had 1 walk. There's some concerns about Nestor Cortez, especially his last 3 starts. I think I got the graphic over here on my end when it comes to the stats. Nestor Cortez, if I could pull it up, give me just 2 seconds to pull it up. A lot of people have been asking, is the magic over to Nestor Cortez? Has he run out of his magic? Over his last 3 games before yesterday's start, he was 0-2. He pitched 14 innings, 13 earned runs allowed, had an 8.24 ERA. He was allowing 4.33 walks per 9 inning, 2 per 6.6 home runs allowed per 9 innings. And over it, when you look at the splits from the first time, second time, and the third time through the lineup, The first time through the lineup, he had a 2.25 ERA with a 4.52 OPS. Second time through the lineup, he had a 1.76 ERA, but a 6.73 OPS. And this is what scared me the most. His third time through the lineup, he is pitching with an ERA 17.55, allowing an OPS of 1.457. Going into last night's game, I said it on my show on Yanks Morning Brew that we needed to see at least 6 innings of amazing pitching from Nestor Cortez. It wasn't flawless, it wasn't the prettiest, but it got the job done. I know Vladimir Guerrero Jr. wasn't in that lineup. Bo Bichette did have a home run, but he did what we needed. Our bullpen has been taxed. He pitched us into the 7th inning. Ultimately, I hope he uses this last start to build on to get his confidence back, because we need Nestor going back to being nasty Nestor. What's your take, Celso?
I mean, let's be real. It was a much needed start. Right, he needed that bounce back. What was it? Stellar? I don't think it was stellar. You know, you're still seeing the concerns when it comes to his stuff, right? You're seeing the concerns with the cutter, but is it a bounce back? 100%. But you said it best. You're starting to realize you don't really want him to be there for that third time around the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, when they're catching on to that, you're going to see us continue to see the struggles from Nestor, but you can't take away the bounce back from yesterday. I mean, hey, it helps us with that win, and it was way better than the last outing. But I'm still concerned on the stuff, bro. Like you're seeing he's missing in a lot of spots. It's just not there. You broke it down great. And I think it was you and TC Steels talked about it with, you know, his velocity, where he's really only going up to like 93, 94. So he doesn't have that big change, right? So, you know, you want to see a couple of tweaks. I thought we saw some yesterday, which were great. But I need to see more. I need Nestor back. And if he can find a way to make it work, you know, it'd be nice to have Nestor. Now, here's a question I got for you, Heck, real quick. And the chat. Ahead, someone messaged me and we were talking about Nestor yesterday. And they said, do you see a world where if this guy really can only go through the lineup once or twice, that he comes in as a reliever once you start getting some of your main starters back? Would he be better used in that outlet? I don't have an answer for that. I honestly don't. Like, I'm not, you know, I still look at him as a starter for us. Like, I'm not ready to give up on Nestor and be like, yeah, let's have him come out of the pen. But is there merit to that question?
There's merit to it. It's hard to tell right now because of what the splits are. If you look at the splits and the numbers itself, you will lean towards using him coming out of the bullpen. As of right now in May, he still has to be a starter because, like you said, we got a lot of guys who are injured. We got Luis Severino, who's making his way back. We'll get more into the Carlos Rodon situation. We got some good news when it comes to Rodon and his whole back situation. But as of right now, he has to be a starter. We have to have him in that rotation. He has to be a big number 2 behind Garrett Cole. But like my man Ruben in the chat says, he said Nestor also didn't have a full spring training. That could have affected his conditioning a little bit because he did mention his stamina was a bit short in the late part. He'll be fine. I agree, Ruben, because as you see, he starts to lose control of his stuff by the time he gets to that third time through the lineup. He walked his first batter in the 7th inning. That should go to tell you that as the game gets deeper, as he gets deeper in the game, his stamina is not there. And this is something that I brought up. Hopefully his calf is not giving him an issue, because if he has an injury and he's trying to hide it and he's trying to be that soldier for us because he knows the shape of our starting rotation right now, the first thing to go when you're injured as a pitcher is your control. The second thing to go is your velocity, right? We didn't see his velocity take a dip in the game yesterday, but his control has been a question. Hopefully that hamstring is not something that's barking and he's just trying to be a soldier for us, because if he's dealing with a hamstring injury, I don't think he's fully dealing with that because we saw what he was yesterday. But if he's dealing with a hamstring injury, let us know right now. That way we don't got to worry when we get deeper into the season.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I'm not ready to give up on Nestor. You know, it's easy to do that in this sport, right? When you have a couple of outings that are really bad, that it's easy as a fan base to be like, oh, he's done. He's not finding it. Last night gives you hope. He found it where he needed to. And I think if he builds off of that, we get the Nestor that we all know and love. And we're going to get to a point where we're going to see a really good pretzel move. I'm telling you, I'm ready for the pretzel to come back.
And then also, we're not sure how our starting rotation is going to look by the time we get into October. Right. Does Brian Cashman make a move at the deadline for another starting pitcher? Does Carlos Rodon come back and he's in full force by the time we're in October? Is Frankie Montas going to show us something when he comes back in September? We don't know what the pitching staff is going to look like. You heard I just started choking thinking about Frankie Montas.
Bro, you got so serious on that take. You made it through a hiccup, a choking. Like I was like, yo, Hector might be done by the time he finishes this sentence. I'm glad you're okay,
I'm good.
bro.
I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
No
100%.
Heimlich needed.
I'm good.
We're all right.
No Heimlich. No Heimlich needed. Pete, if you could bring up the next one for us. Not the one about Nestor Cortez, the Yankees injuries, because we got to talk about it. Like I said, we got some good news coming back. Luis Severino, he's starting on Sunday against the Cincinnati Reds. Giancarlo Stanton is close to starting a rehab assignment. And Carlos Rodon, he threw from 90 feet, and he is slowly ramping it up. He didn't get that second cortisone shot, and that was a big thing this week. We talked about how he got the first one. They scheduled him for a second one if needed. He didn't get that second cortisone shot. He was able to throw 90 feet without any issues to his back. It seems like Carlos Rodon is ramping it up. And hey, guys, we may get a game this year where we see Carlos Rodon and Ben Roy back. Can you believe it? Who would have thought that? If you had that on your bingo call, if you had that on your bingo card, you just won. Make sure you get your money from the Yankees, not me, because I don't got it. I'm broke. Did he do?
Well, hold on. They don't get the money yet. We still don't believe that Ben exists and that he's real. And we still haven't gotten Rodon back. So, hold on to that bet. You have no choice at this point. But, bro, you know me. When it comes to Stanton, that's one of my faves. Everybody knows it. Everybody that was at the last event with us, I told everybody, you put in money. When I'm in the stadium, that man hits home runs when I'm there. For the last 5 games I've been to, every single time. So for me, I saw the report. I started, you remember Ren and Stimpy, bro? You had me over here like, happy, happy joy, happy joy. I was excited as can be.
That was a show my grandma didn't let me watch as a kid growing up, Ren and Stimpy. Right. She didn't let me watch Ren and Stimpy, but she let me watch South Park. Can you believe that? That's the crazy shit about it. Right?
It was it was probably based off graphics, not the show itself. She was like, this shit looks sketchy. Okay, but this one looks okay.
She was like, look, there's a little fat kid on the TV. He looks like you. Go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, right. But back to the topic. Excited to see that we get Severino back. Couple reasons. One, we need the pitching help, right? Two, let's be real. Most of the fan base has been talking about it for the last 2 weeks, especially that Sevy could be a piece that is a trade piece.
Yeah.
So we're in that
that's
situation.
weird. That's weird.
I think it's crazy. I think it's nuts. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you that are hoping he does well so we can trade him, okay, that's your opinion. I agree with you on one half of that. I hope he does well. We need Sevy. Okay. You threw out a stat, and I want you to throw it out again, because it's mind-boggling. How many starts has Sevy had for us since he's been here?
Since 2019 till now, since 2019 to 2021, Luis Severino made 3 starts. 3 starts.
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping
from
that
2019 till now, 2023, he has made 23 starts.
23. So, let's hope we have a kid that comes back that actually pitches well and gives us something, because we need the pitching help. Now, let's say he comes back, and he starts killing it. Should that not stop the trade speculation? Why would we want to get rid of Sevy?
I listen, I'm going to try to ride Sevy as much as I can. When it comes to his arm, he's not coming back with the Yankees next year. Right. Do whatever you can. Ride that arm until the wheels fall off. Do whatever you can so you can get every ounce of money back out of that arm. If I'm the Yankees pitching staff, if I'm Aaron Boone, if I'm anybody in the coaching staff, I'm trying to get the most out of Luis Severino, because he ain't coming back to us next year. Right. Do the same thing Milwaukee did with CC Sabathia. The way they try to pitch that man into the ground, they almost try to kill that man. Do the same thing. I know Luis Severino is nowhere in the same class as CC Sabathia. I'm just saying, do the same thing. Take the gloves off. Let him pitch into the 7th inning. Don't be scared if he has 100 pitches the same way Domingo Germán had 100 pitches and you take him out of the game. Just make sure he doesn't get suspended like Domingo Germán.
If he could, Germán get yanked. But I will say, again, I'm hoping he comes back healthy and really does perform for us. But you should not be looking at it. Let's hope he performs so we get rid of him at the trade deadline. If he's doing good for us, heck, you said it best. Right until the wheels fall off. Get the most that we can out of him for the rest of this season, because if he's doing good things, that's going to benefit us and we need it. And then, you know what? Let it play itself out in the offseason. Stop with the trade Sevy speculation. Let's all rally around the Sevy. We need you to do good.
Yes.
We need you back, and we need more than 3 starts for the rest of the season from you.
Yes. Also, we got 59. We got 60 people in the building. If you guys can, please smack that like button, because we need you to smack that like button. Get the likes up so we can get more viewers in here. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. Shout out to the entire NyynewsTV chat. You guys are on fire. Let me pull a few out. My guy Angel Serrano's in the chat. He said Sevy is a free agent. Yes, we can sign him. BYT, with so many injuries, it's time to trade him and get something in return instead of losing him in free agency. This is what you do, Angel. And I know this may be a gamble. Let him go into free agency. Offer him a qualifying offer of that 1 year, $18 million. It's just $3 million more than what he's making right now at $15 million, and see if another team wants to sign Luis Severino so we could get a draft pick or get some type of compensation back and return. Exactly. I know it may be a gamble, like I said, because if you offer him 1 year, $18 million, he may sign back. But I'm not sure if Luis Severino, he wants a 1 year deal. He may be looking for a multi-year deal. So if there's a team out there that wants to sign Luis Severino, like the San Diego Padres or the Philadelphia Phillies, let them sign him and let us get a draft pick back in return. We are one away from 50. Smack that like button, baby.
Smack it. Yeah, I agree. There's no reason to be looking at trading him right now. Even if he comes back and does phenomenal, I don't think it's even enough time that people are going to look at it as, oh, it's worth giving up a major piece in a trade just for Sevy. So you're still in that position. You're talking Sevy and other pieces to make something even happen. And then you know me, I call it for what it is. Do we even trust that the front office will bring in a pitcher at the trade line that makes sense? Because the last time we did that, he hasn't pitched. So, you know, my thing is, there's so many pieces at play. The only thing I want to focus on is Sevy coming back healthy and actually performing. Let's focus on that piece. All right. If he does well enough that you guys want to talk trade speculation and all that, that means he's doing something right. So let's hope for that. All right.
Also as well, the last time the Yankees had a player go into free agency and we offered them a qualifying offer, but they decided to sign with another team for multi-years, that was Nick Swisher. The pick we got back in return from Cleveland turned out to be the same pick we used to sign Aaron Judge. So who knows? Maybe we get a pick that turns into something down the line. Who knows is what I'm saying. Like I said, I know it may be a gamble because if he sees 1 year, $18 million, he'll probably want to try to opt in. But if Luis Severino is trying to look for a multi-year deal, look at what the pitching market is right now. You got Noah Syndergaard making what, $14 million this season. Come on, are you kidding me? And he's not even pitching.
I love people in the chat already saying he's a future Met.
Because they got Gary Sanchez, and Gary Sanchez is in the major leagues right now. Who knows? You may see Gary Sanchez this weekend with the New York Mets. Isn't that crazy? Gary Sanchez, who didn't have a team to sign with, San Francisco signed him at the last second. He was struggling down there when it comes to San Francisco's AAA. He was hitting like 140, no extra base hits. He comes to the Mets. He has one good weekend in Syracuse. He hits a home run, and then they decide to call him up. Whatever you do, if you are the New York Mets, if you are a Met fan, keep Gary Sanchez far away from Francisco Alvarez. You do not want Gary Sanchez to poison your young prospect, Francisco Alvarez. Don't even have them being in the same room. Keep them on different sides of the locker room if you have to.
Bro, I'm telling you, I feel like that move was just the front office. They were all sitting down. They just had one too many. They had the cigars. They're like, yo, you know what would be funny? Let's sign Gary Sanchez, bro. Let's call him up too. Screw it. He's been in New York before. Oh, God. They're like, anything to get attention off of us. Let them all attack that guy when he starts doing doo-doo and nothing for the Mets.
God, it's sad. But hey, let's switch topics because, like I said, we got some nice injury news coming back. I'm not sure if this is a good injury news, but Pete, if you could bring this up, Josh Donaldson, he had a minor setback. Depends on who you ask. slicing his hand while putting something together at home. Now, what were you putting together that you sliced your hand? Were you putting together a drone? Were you putting together a guillotine? What were you putting together? And apparently he was putting something together for his daughter. Were you putting a playhouse set together? What were you doing that you sliced your hand, Josh Donaldson?
All right. So look, a couple of things I want to say on this. All right. First, as a parent,
look at that stupid face. He looks like the fish from
mean,
SpongeBob.
Better not. He's
I need help. Help.
As a parent, I can say I'm pretty sure I've cut myself up building all kinds of things for my kids, all right? But that's because I don't read directions. I'm an idiot. I just start ripping things, blade things up. But I'm sorry. Am I the only one that thinks that possibly Josh Donaldson was like looking around? He saw his kids weren't in the room. His wife wasn't, and he purposely cut himself. I don't want to go deal with those fans. I don't want to. He like, oh, shit. I can't make it. Oh, IL. I don't know, man. I think the man just doesn't want to come back and do us all the favor.
I want my doctor help.
This was a self-inflicted injury. We're having a little bit of fun, but I'm not going to complain about Josh Donaldson not coming back right away. All right. Cutting yourself, though. Get yanked, my guy. What are you doing?
You know, listen, if he's just trying to just pick up his money while he could just be home, listen, if you are injured for more than half of the season, Josh Donaldson, the Yankees don't have to pay your money. The insurance pays it up. The majority of the money gets paid by the insurance. So just stay on the IL. So by the time we get to the halfway mark in the season, the Yankees can cut you and the insurance picks up the rest of your money because you was on the IL and injured more than you played this season. So keep injuring yourself. Stub your toe going to the bathroom at 3 a.m. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't show up to this team anymore.
Samantha T said, sounds like another bad tattoo situation. For real.
For real. Something like that.
What is wrong? This is one of the injuries I'm okay with. I know it sucks to say it, but you know what? Bring me back Stanton. Bring us some pictures. And Josh Donaldson, keep cutting yourself, my guy. I'm okay.
Listen, if this opens it up that Oswald Peraza can actually come up to the major leagues and get some damn playing time, because he is performing down there at AAA. Yeah. Let Oswald Cabrera come up to the major leagues. We have young kids that are on the way. Look, I know I was joking about the Mets. I know it was just, trying to have a laugh at the expense of Gary Sanchez. But look at what the Mets are doing over there. They got Beatty coming up. They got Francisco Alvarez. They got Vientos coming up. They're about to call up another young kid, Mauricio, or however you pronounce his dumbass last name. But when it comes down to it, the Mets are letting the young kids play. Brian Cashman, Hal Steinbrenner. We have young kids in our system who can help us up here at the major league roster. Andres Chaparro, if you're scared about his defense,
ding. Take a shot,
I was going to bring it up. I was going to bring it up. Yeah, Chaparro, my friend Chaparro. Yeah. Bring him up. Let him be the DH. If you have an issue with his defense may be suspect, but that bat will play at the major league level. Allow Peraza to be your third baseman. You got older veterans on this team that aren't helping. I know Aaron Hicks got 3 hits yesterday, and you probably want to give him a lifelong contract with the Yankees. Call up these young kids and let these young kids play.
I saw him. I'm pretty sure I saw Pete Seminetti, tweet calling him the MVP of the
team. Yeah.
I read it 3 times.
Somebody check Pete's blood pressure after that one.
Blake, are you safe, Pete? Are you okay?
He almost had a home, and that's the thing. He almost had a home run. If it was at Yankee Stadium, that would have been a home run. Brian Cashman was jumping. If anybody was excited, it was Brian Cashman. Right,
yeah,
we are 4 likes away from 60. Smack that like button.
Cashman tried having a press conference after the game. Just nobody cared. He was like, let's all get one going, guys. I told you, don't give up on this team. Aaron Hicks is the future. Get the hell out of here. But hey, we can't complain that he's hitting. So we'll still make fun of you. We'll still complain about you. But if you're going to do
you still suck at the end of the day. You still suck at the end of the day. But you know what? You're doing
good things. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, go hang out with your uncle-in-law, Tiger Woods. Do whatever you got to do. Just retire from the Yankees, right? Because tonight we got a game. Pete, if you could bring up the lineup, let's go through the lineup. I know a lot of people weren't that happy with this lineup because Aaron Hicks is in center field, let's bring up the lineup so we could go through it. The Yankees put out the lineup literally right before we started the show. Jake Bowers, a.k.a. Jack Bowers from 24. He's in left field, leading it off. Aaron Judge is in right field. Antonio Rizzo El Calzone is at first base. Gleyber Torres, who is slow as hell, is at second base, batting 5. Billy Willie Big Bang Calhoun is the DH. That's Pete's favorite Yankee so far this season. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, is number 7. Cabrera is at third base. Kyle Higashioka is the catcher, and Aaron Hicks is in center field. I was hoping to see Ben Rohrbach in the starting lineup, but they're probably going to save him tomorrow. But we got Hicks and we got Higashioka at the bottom part of the lineup. I know a lot of people aren't happy with Aaron Hicks being in center field, but with the AstroTurf and with Harrison Bader's injury history, I think one of these days he needed a day off, especially in Toronto playing on that turf. So I'm okay with Aaron Hicks being in center field. Just for today. Just that's it. Just for today.
Yeah, and let's be real, guys. If we had a couple more wins on our record right now, we'd all be okay with sitting whoever against the Cincinnati Reds, right? Like, this is those ones you have to walk away with a win, even if you do have Hicks in the outfield. I mean, guys, you heard it yesterday. The MVP of the Yankees, okay? Aaron
He's
Hicks
heating up.
in center field for us. I can't even say it with a straight face, bro. I tried. I was choking.
He's heating up.
But he is.
He's heating up. Like I said, Harrison Bader played almost every game in Toronto on that AstroTurf. He needed a day off in Cincinnati. Copy, maybe traveling between 2 cities, 2 countries, basically. Give him the night off. Let Aaron Hicks be in center field because, like you said, it is against Cincinnati, one of the punching bags in the league. So hopefully we come out with him tonight.
Do you think Clark Piecer Schmidt looks at the lineup? He's like, all right, Hicks is in there. They're going to pay attention more to that than they will about my pitching. Clark. Yeah.
Nicey comment. I said AstroTurf. I didn't say AfroTurf. I said AstroTurf.
AfroTurf. Oh, I didn't even know there was a such thing as AfroTurf. All right. I want to bring. Is that our last one that we had a graphic for? I think it was, right?
Yeah, that's the last one because we just wanted to go over the lineup. Clark Piecer Schmidt is pitching tonight for us. TC Stills, over his last 6 games, Aaron Hicks is batting 400.
Legendary. I want to bring this one up to talk to you about, bro. We love WFAN. There's no secret to that.
Yes.
There is no secret we are WFAN fans.
We have friends at WFAN. Tiki and Tinny are our friends. We got other friends that work inside of there. So we got a lot of love for WFAN. But here comes the but. Go ahead.
What I don't have love for is, Boomer, what the hell are you talking about? Listen, Boomer says entitled Yankees fans don't appreciate what they have with Hal Steinbrenner at the helm. They are always in the mix, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, this is coming from a guy who had the Wilpons as the owner of his team, the Mets, for years. So, he wished he had an owner like Hal Steinbrenner to spend money. But I understand what you're saying. I am sick and tired of these broadcasters or other sports media analysts telling us Yankee fans how to fan. You don't tell us how to be fans. We don't tell you how to be a fan. Our fandom is our fandom. You heard Pete this week because the Blue Jay coaches was coming after Aaron Boone. Pete was screaming loud and proud. You don't scream at our Boone. Only we can. Only we can call Brad Wilkinson a fat boy. Only we can do that. You can't do that. Don't tell us how to fan. We don't tell you how to fan for a horrible team that hasn't won a championship since 1986. The last time you guys won a championship, what's my favorite line? Darryl Strawberry was smoking crack. Point blank.
I've never thought, personally, we would have to be on our Friday Get Yanked show, and then I would actually have to take somebody from WFAN and give them a huge Get Yanked. You cannot sit there and tell us we're entitled. We were bred this way. We were told how to be and what to expect. Okay, just being in the race doesn't mean I need to be happy. Winning it all. What is it? I don't understand the participation trophy world. I don't get it. Be happy, guys. They're still being talked about. Shut up. Shut up. No, stop it. So for that, Mr. Boomer, you get yanked.
When George Steinbrenner, sorry, I got some noise outside. When George Steinbrenner was creating this generation Yankee fan or this day and age Yankee fan, what he did was sugar, spice, entitlement, and championships. That's all he did. That's how we was created. Sugar, spice, entitlement, and championships. We have been bred to believe it's either championship or bust. That's what George Steinbrenner has told us. That's what Derek Jeter, our captain, has told us. That's what Mariano Rivera, the best closer in all of Major League Baseball history, has told us. It's either championship or bust. It's not just showing up and you get a bonus because you're in the playoffs and you get extra ad revenue from commercials. No, it's either championship or bust, and that's the mentality you have to have. Now, if you were the Pittsburgh Pirates fan base, making it to the playoffs, it's okay because you're not expecting every year to go to the playoffs. If you were the Cincinnati Reds, making it to the playoffs, it's cute. But for us Yankee fans, it's either championship or bust. Point blank, period.
Facts. Well, before we wrap up, I know we do another little roll call in there, but I saw TC Steele's facts. Rest in peace, the great Jim Brown, NFL legend. I'll be honest, I got to meet him. It was fantastic. Great conversation. I went to a father-son event, and both of my sons and I got to sit down and talk to him, meet him. And it was, big for my kids that were playing football at the time. So rest in peace, Jim Brown. But before we go, why don't you go down the roll call and give our shout-outs to all the people in the chat?
Of course. Mr. Angel G. Serrano, appreciate you. My guy, Blue Go, he said, leave Darryl Strawberry alone. That was disrespectful. I'm just stating the fact. I'm sorry if you didn't like it, Blue Gold. I apologize, but I'm just quoting my guy, Stephen A. Smith, when he said such and such was on crack. But I apologize, Blue Gold, if that wasn't enough sugar for your tea. I apologize. Zach Brownis was in the building. My guy Rick was in the building. Angel G. Serrano, Eric Wallace, Sunil. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button, smack that like button, and like always, let me just do this one time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what happened? You just stopped me mid sentence.
I did because that ending there is always so dope. But gonna go ahead and do a shameless plug real quick for our channel.
Oh, go ahead.
The Morning Brew Sports. We're premiering our new show right after this at 5:30 with the future of broadcasting. We got Backstage Baseball, Hillel and Eddie hosting their new show, The Rookie Podcast. Come support, come show these kids. Guys, you want to know what a 13-year-old with baseball knowledge looks like? Tune in at 5:30. These kids got it on lock. Hector, on that note, do your thing.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Even if you ain't like my take when it came to Darryl Strawberry, Blue Go, it's all love. I love Darryl Strawberry because he was with the Yankees. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have tuned in to another great episode of Get Yanked over here on NyynewsTV. I'm your guy, Hector. And like always, I'm joined by my guy, Mr. Pots and Pans, Jigger Man Porto. And if you ain't down with us, we got 2 words for you.
Get yanked!
Oh, yeah, baby.
Before it hits the front page.